Great, thanks. Food scraps only today.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. Hi, we're at the Williston Drop-Off Center where we've been directed over to this food scrap dumpster. At some other drop-off centers you might find totes instead, the rolly carts. But here we have the full-size dumpster, and we actually have two setups here at Williston. We're just down the street from our Green Mountain compost facility, so for as long as we are continuing to renovate and expand that facility, we don't have a drop-off there. So this is the place where you can bring household quantities of food scraps for no charge. That's up to 30 gallons, no charge here at Williston Drop-Off Center until we have the drop-off, the free drop-off for household quantities reestablished at GMC down the road. As you can see, there are many options for how you bring your food scraps to the drop-off center. You don't need one of our buckets. We do sell these, make these available, buckets just like this that are 4 gallon, but there are many other options, including some nice reuse options. Just whatever you have around. The only advantage of using a 5 gallon bucket is that if you are paying for food scrap drop-off at one of the other drop-off centers, that's how you can maximize your $1 for 5 gallons. So you'll know that you can bring a 5 gallon bucket full for the $1. The drop-off here is very simple. Open it up and dump. You gotta find the food scraps. Dump your food scraps in. And this time of year, odors and flies are a non-factor, which is nice. All right.
So, it being winter, Ethan, like, do you have any suggestions on how to get, like, say your food scraps sit outside or in your unheated garage? Do you have any suggestions of how you can maybe get your food scraps out easier?
I do. So one thing you can do is you can line your bin with several layers of paper. So the water may absorb the first couple of layers of paper and that may stick, but then the drier layers will then allow your food scraps to slide right out. That's a handy trick. Liners, they're also compostable liners, although those are likely to stick as well. We have been told that cooking spray is a trick that a lot of people use. So you spray the inside of your container with any kind of, commercial cooking spray, the non-stick stuff, and then your food scraps don't stick to your bucket when it's time to dump them. And that's particularly helpful if it's below freezing and they might be frozen to the sides.
And I actually use mineral oil in mine, so I wipe these. So that green one that Ethan just dumped out was wiped down with some mineral oil before I put it outside. And it's been sitting outside for about a week now.
Terrific.
All right, so where can people drop off their food scraps? Here at Williston, there's no charge. Where else?
At Burlington on Pine Street, South Burlington off of Patchen Road, Milton off of Route 7, Richmond, help me, off of...
Route 117?
117, thank you, and Essex off of 2A.
And Heinsberg. On Saturdays only. So
Saturdays
please,
only off of Beecher Hill Road.
Yep, so check CSWD.net for hours and days of operation for all our drop-off centers. But thanks for joining us, and I hope we've demonstrated just how easy it is to drop off your food scraps.
Hi, I'm Elise Serta. I'm Marketing and Communications Manager for Chittenden Solid Waste District, and I wanted to show you how I handle food scraps at home. So basically, my method is I collect my food scraps while I'm cooking, and I actually put them out in a bin outside for my hauler to pick up. So just to show you basically what I'm doing, I have some bananas that have gone bad here. So you can kind of see that they're all speckled and kind of mushy. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to freeze them and then put them into smoothies that I eat. So you can see, I just take a piece of food, take off the peel. And this would be the same if I were making a soup and cutting up vegetables. Any vegetables that I wouldn't be using or throwing into a stock, I would actually do this too. So once I have my scraps all together, I have this, actually I think it's really cute. This is a food scrap bin that I just bought online. And as you can see, it has a carbon filter, which is kind of cool to help keep the smells down. I have it lined with a compostable bag, so you have to make sure that these are certified to be composted. And as you can see in there, I already have part of a sandwich that didn't get eaten, a moldy banana, and some coffee grounds. So this goes just right in there. And I put the cap on. I then wash my hands, or I wipe them off because they're sticky. But after that, it's really simple. When this is filled, or when I think it's maybe a little smelly and I want it to go outside, I just pull my bag out, and now I'm going to take it outside. So here we are. This is the end of the line for my food scraps. I have a bigger bucket outside. I just throw it in. And by the time my hauler ends up picking up once a week, this thing will be filled. And as you can see, I just tightened down my container and it stays outside. And animals haven't gotten into it. It's pretty secure. Even sometimes the paint get off. But as you can see, it says compost, compostables, food scraps. I sit it on top of my bin, bring it out to the curb, and my hauler comes and picks it up. And then the scraps are actually brought to Green Mountain Compost ultimately, and then it gets made into cool compost for Vermonters. So thanks for letting me show you what I do.